Hello, it's Kat. Just before we get started, I wanted to give a quick PSA saying that I'm trying to put together a podcast episode highlighting some stories from women or minorities about their Star Wars experience, why they got into Star Wars, and some of the difficulties that they've found. A lot of stuff this week, a lot of drama has gone down online, and of course, you all know that this flying solo space is safe for everyone, no matter your gender, sexuality, or race. Gender is a social construct, as I always say, and it is totally unfair for certain people in the community to gatekeep and call these amazing people opportunists when they are fully part of the community and they are meant to be here. So I would love sharing your story anonymously or through your tag. I posted a thing on my Twitter at FlyingSolo talking about it. You can always DM me there, or you can DM me at AvengerCat and just let me know what you're comfortable with me sharing. But I really want to get this video out there and lift up these amazing stories. And if you are not part of the group that I mentioned, go ahead and comment. Go ahead and show your story. And, it might be nice to, from your view of things, how you might see these struggles for these amazing women and minorities. So I just wanted to give a little quick PSA at the beginning. This is post editing Cat. So just wanted to say that there. Hope you all enjoy the episode. It's a really good one. And I will see you guys in the next one. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Flying Solo with Kat. And today, I just want to say Happy New Year. New Year! Yay! We all made it. I'm so happy. Thank you all so much for the just overwhelming support that was the last year that we had. I know it had only been a couple of months. I mean, we're only on episode 23, which is crazy even in and of itself, honestly. To even get past 20 episodes is amazing. All of y'all that have stuck with me have given me amazing comments and just views, honestly. Like that's all I can ask for, just taking 30 to 45 minutes out of your day just to listen to me ramble about Star Wars. And honestly, I'm so happy with the community that we've made here, and it's something very special. So honestly, I just want to give a shout out to all y'all. I'm really excited for this new year. Hopefully I'll be doing a collaboration with someone. I will give you more details when the time comes for that. And I will be talking about everything and anything Star Wars, going to fan events, doing lore analyses, um, you know, just really doing everything and anything, and even maybe doing a couple read-throughs for I got a couple books, and I'm very excited about those. So let me know if y'all are interested in anything, or you want to see something new from me, or just in all, kind of just stay for the ride. I have no idea what is planned, but it is going to be fun. Before we truly get started on the topic for today, I do also want to say that I created a new Twitter for my Flying Solo Star Wars podcast. So, of course, I always directed you guys to my Avenger Cat, which is my personal, community account. And of course, if you want to follow me on there, go ahead and do it. But just for podcast updates, and I'll try to also talk about strictly podcast stuff on that following on that page. So if you want to keep updated with everything that is going on with the podcast and with the community, and who I might collaborate with, or even some ideas that y'all have, go follow me on there. I will leave the link down in the description below. I would love your support. And as I said, if you want to also follow Avenger Cat, it's the same thing. But I will strictly be posting only podcast stuff on the Flying Solo page. So just want to get that out there. I really hope I see some of y'all there. And this year's going to be great. This year's going to be very different. Like I said, I have so many ideas and no ideas. It's going to be an adventure, and I'm very excited. That being said, let's go ahead and get into our topic. I was supposed to actually do this episode before December, but a lot of personal stuff happened with family, and it just did not happen. But I still want to talk about it, and it's still that holiday season before we get into January. So we're going to be talking today, of course, about the Star Wars Lego holiday special. And it is amazing. If you have not already seen it, please go watch it. It's very cute. But I'm going to be talking about it, how it started off the Lego Star Wars change of events, and also why I love it and why it's probably my favorite out of the three. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. First, I want to talk about Rey and Finn's relationship in this story. Now, this is post Exegol, so post The Rise of Skywalker, and the whole gang is going to Kashyyyk for Life Day, and Rey is trying to teach Finn the Jedi ways. And let's just say he's not that great at it. He's as good as he was when he fought Kylo Ren, but of course Kylo Ren was very much at a disadvantage. So he needs some training, and Rey definitely has some doubts in herself and in Finn to actually be able to train him. Finn doesn't really take things slow. He's very much wants to get into the fight and, kill some baddies. And which is very kind of reminiscent of how he actually is in the films, and kind of shows how he was a stormtrooper at heart, and he's never really learned like Rey, or learned how Rey learned from Luke to take things slow, to connect yourself with the Force. And we find out that Rey, it's not working for her, but she feels like it's her fault. It's not Finn's fault. So of course that makes Finn sad. And Rey says she needs some time to process everything, and of course she saved the Jedi text, and realizes that everything she's doing, she's already done, and it's not working, and she doesn't realize why she can't train Finn. And honestly, it's a very organic relationship with the both of them, and it's, now granted, you should know, Lego is not canon, unfortunately, but I do think that maybe this is some of the relationship that we might see in Rey's New Jedi Order film. Now, of course, real life talk, John Boyega has talked about not coming back to Lucasfilm for many other reasons. And we know that Daisy Ridley is reprising her role. So I don't know technically if there will be a relationship between Rey and Finn like there is in the Lego Star Wars, but I really liked how they characterized both of them in this movie. We have the whole gang there. We have Poe, Rose, Chewbacca. We got some Porgs in there. And they are just doing the holiday shenanigans. I love Rose so much. Rose in the Lego films she's used as kind of like a debuffer to Poe, and is kind of on the right side of it and very smart, while Poe is just funny, and he's kind of more used for slapstick, and I actually really like that and kind of wish it was used more in the films, but I do like the serious Poe that we got in Rise of Skywalker. So I really like the characters, even just being introduced to them. They do a great job, and Yoda is currently narrating, which is really funny and kind of gets you into the holiday vibe of it all. So at the beginning, of course, Rey feels like she can't train Finn, so she needs to go find something that will show her the way. And so she goes to a temple on Kordoku, and basically Rey leaves her family, which isn't out of character for her, and let me explain that a bit. So Finn's really sad that she's leaving. They want her to help roast the tip yip, and help them decorate for Chewie's family to come in for Life Day. And Rey's leaving, and Finn's like, "What the hell, bro?" And Rey's like, "No, like, I need to go figure this out." And Rey has never really had that support, that family that have asked her to stay. And she's always had people leave her, her family, Ben Solo. So it is very in character for her to leave her other family, even though she sees it as right, because that's what people have always done to her. And I feel like that was a very real thing that Lego showed us. And I was like, they better show that in the movie. And for Rey, even her journey and her experience with everything else was just really in character with her relationship with Finn and even her relationship with Rose and Poe and Chewbacca. She left them, and yeah, it was very, very in character. So I really just like that. And she goes to the temple. She finds a crystal, and basically it's kind of like a world between worlds transport type thingy where it shows her different Jedi masters throughout the years to kind of teach her how they used to do it. So I found that very interesting. Our first transport was to Dagobah, where Luke was training with Yoda, and I love Luke in Lego Star Wars because he's just so over animated and just so very stupid and asks stupid questions, which was very much him in the original trilogy. And that's why I didn't like Luke the first two movies besides Return of the Jedi. And he's very much over animated here, and just I love him, and he's just a little baby that you have to protect, and he's just so cute. So I really enjoyed that, and his struggles with Yoda and Yoda trying to change him and everything, trying to train him. The second transport was the trade dispute with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and in this I think it's very interesting how they made Qui-Gon kind of more of like an Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan more of an Anakin with those types of parallels. I thought that was just really cute and really honestly real for all of those characters. The third transport was actually Obi-Wan and Anakin in the lift, which was the cutest thing because Anakin was holding flowers for Padme, and he was just so cute. And Rey is, freaking out and listening to them, and then Anakin and Obi-Wan, discover her, and then she transports back. It's just super cute, and it's great to see these characters. It's like great nostalgia, but not shoved in your face. It's for a purpose, so she could see how other masters talk to their students. And it was, I think, very much a learning experience for her. The fifth transport was actually Palpatine and Darth Vader in the Death Star, and they were having a conversation, and Darth Vader got him a mug that said "Greatest Emperor" for Palpatine, and of course he didn't like it. He and poor Vader was super sad. And one of my favorite scenes is when Vader mentions a new name for the Death Star 2 instead of Death Star 2 because he feels like it's just a repeat. He says Starkiller Base. Now that sounds very cool, and I love that. Lego a lot of times is very like real with their audience and kind of breaks the fourth wall a lot of times, and I love that about them. They sometimes make no sense and are just plain silly, and I love that, especially, and it works really well for the holiday season. Rey leaves the portal open. Good job, Rey. And Palps and Vader like go through it, and I'm like, Rey, what are you doing? Like, you can't just do that. So Rey actually fights Vader, and it is a very it's not one-sided at all. Like, this really made me think, who would win? Would it be Rey or would it be Vader? Now, of course, I would honestly say Vader. I do think his power level, I mean, he basically kind of beat Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan barely beat him in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. So I think power level Rey, like at the end of Rise of Skywalker, like I think she could subdued Vader. I wouldn't say defeat, but I think, I mean, come on, she was taught by Luke, who saved or, destroyed Vader anyway. So I don't think she would win, but I think she would subdue him. So anyway, that was just super fun to watch. Then the sixth transport is the battle on Hoth. And there's two Vaders there because they're storming the rebel base, and they have this really cute interaction, and it's the cutest, and I love them. The seventh transport is Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar. It was okay. I think this year, if anything has come more prevalent to me, is I'm kind of sick of Revenge of the Sith. I think it's good. Don't get me wrong. I love it, but it's everyone's favorite, and it's just like, come on, people, like, mix up your favorite a bit. Um, and it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of sick over the Battle of Mustafar. The only thing that I got out of it was like Anakin and Padme's interaction, which I really love. But other than that, I don't know. I'm I'm not a Revenge of the Sith hater, but I'm just like, it's okay. It's not the best thing I've ever seen in my life. So, but other than that, it was very cute, and it was nice to see that. The seventh transport was a really quick Mandalorian and, of course, Grogu meeting, and both Rey and Vader were just like gushing at him, and they were like, "Oh, so cute," and I was like, "That's perfect. That's totally how they would react to Grogu." I love that. So happened with that, and then the seventh transport is actually pod racing, while Rey and Vader fight, and then they get transported with the clones, and then they get transported to the Battle of Exegol, and then some characters basically just start to get mixed in and mixed out and everything. And the last transport is Luke looking at the twin suns, and then right in front of it, this entire portal just drops all these different characters down into the sands of Tatooine. And you have all the Obi-Wan say hello there, which was amazing fan service. I clapped at that. Basically, this is my multiverse of madness, my end game, if you will. You literally have every single character from every single iteration like fighting each other. You have old Obi-Wan fighting Grievous, and Han Solo, like all Han Solo's shooting at Greedo. Like, it's literally the best. So while that is happening, we have the best scene ever put into Star Wars in my life. And of course, that is where General Hux walks in on Kylo Ren shirtless and can't speak to save his life. And yeah, that made my holiday. So thank you, Lego Star Wars. That I needed that for the holiday season. But Kylo in Lego is very real. And they very much treat him as just an emo boy. And he has many emotions and can't control them. And I don't know. I kind of love it. I can see why people hate it and kind of get annoyed with that because his character is so good in the films. But it's Lego. None of this is canon. And quite honestly, it's supposed to be a fun thing. So who cares? So Vader and Palpatine basically get transported to Kylo's closet, which is funny. And Kylo freaks out at seeing Vader. And Vader says that's original when he's seeing Kylo's helmet, which I think is the funniest thing ever because totally Vader would be so jealous of Kylo. Um, and while Kylo just has this, like, completely, like, complete respect for Vader as it is. And I love it. And then Palpatine asked, "Hey, am I Emperor?" Like, and then Kylo says, "Nope, I'm Supreme Leader." And then Palps is like, "Well, I have something in this, right?" And then Kylo explains to him how Vader threw him down a reactor shaft, and he stares right at the camera, saying there's no coming back from getting thrown down a reactor shaft. And it's very real, and I love the fourth wall break. And it's great. I don't know. This movie, like, it has so many beats that each character in their line delivery hits. And I know I said I love that for the 80th time this episode, but I love that. And it was great. Rey goes and basically fixes everything. Sends everyone back where they were. And tries to correct her wrongs. Rey and Kylo fight. Now they're on the Death Star because she has to, of course, fight Palpatine. And Rey and Kylo fight. And my favorite is actually Return of the Jedi. Luke teams up with Rey to defeat basically the dark side. So it's Kylo, Palpatine, and Vader versus Rey in Return of the Jedi Luke. And I have honestly, it healed something within me because I wanted Rey and Return of the Jedi Luke to meet so badly. Like when I saw them on screen, I was just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. They would love each other. He would love her. And granted, he did in Return of the Jedi. I'm not going to say Luke hated her, but there's just something so organic that I feel like Return of the Jedi Luke would just fall in love with this little girl and want to protect her and keep her safe. But also have respect for her and train her in the ways of the Force to become even more powerful than Luke ever was. So it was honestly healing. It was healing to see that put on screen, no matter if it was Lego or, whatever. So that was great. And of course, they defeated the dark side. I was so sad how when Rey and Kylo were fighting and, Rey disarms Kylo and everything, she's going to send him back and Kylo offers his hand again. I mean, he says, Rey, join me. We can, fix all of this and whatever. And, Rey says, goodbye, Ben. And then shoves him into the portal. And, like, from first glance, that seems like, okay, whatever. Like, she wanted Ben Solo. But, like, you get into, like, the deeper meaning of it and how she knows Ben will sacrifice himself to save her and then die, and he can't see that yet, or she can't save him from that because that's the way things are. Oh my god. Like I almost got teary-eyed when I was watching this movie. I was like, whoa, that's actually crazy. And is super real of kind of, I feel, how Rey would view Kylo, and she would at least give him the respect of not changing anything, to either alter the timeline a bit more, having Palpatine win, because she knows it's what it is, and her own feelings for him, of course, is pushed aside so she can focus on, being, continuing with the Force. So, yeah, that was really real, and I was honestly, yeah, that was crazy. So, as I said before, Rey fixes everything, goes back. Even Master Yoda comes in and says, "Oh, Rey, your family was with you all along. Like, you have to have patience." And yeah. So, all of the, loving, feeling type stuff. Then we get back to Finn and Rose, who are singing, and it's the best thing I've ever listened to. They're singing Huttese. Life Day was saved by Max Rebo, which I feel like was the overarching story of this movie. Quite honestly, I think that, it wouldn't have been saved without Max Rebo, so thank you. And Rey comes back, makes up with Finn, saying that she's sorry and she shouldn't have left. Finn cuts the tip-yip and fails, but it only means that he needs more training. And everyone kind of laughs it off, that it's okay, and maybe next year it will be a bit better. Rey is still super supportive and is being supported by her friends, which I think is mainly, truly, sorry, Max Rebo, but the overarching theme of this movie is that she is being supported and supports others, and she feels safe and she feels at home. Leia and Luke show up as Force ghosts to hang out with the gang while it's snowing, which was just super cute. And yeah, I really did like Yoda narrating the entire movie. I found like that was really funny. And it just felt like a holiday film and something really special that was put together. The reason why it's my favorite is, for one, because it was the first one that was, of course, developed. There are 3. I've already talked about the Halloween special. I am yet to do Star Wars Vacation, which definitely will be coming out in the, later in the year, of course. But with this holiday one, I think it honestly was very real on how it characterized the characters after Exegol. And overall, I love stories that focus Rey. I think that's honestly where I'm at, is I want to see more of her. Every little crumb I get is, enough. Comics, even her in games. It's just like, I love this character so much. And of course, she was my first introduction to a Jedi, same as Finn. and that type of story beat. And then I went back and watched OT and prequels, and I kind of got it. But there's something so special about these characters that I want them to develop more on. So it's really special that we get the opportunity through Lego to do that, and everyone making it seemed to have an amazing time. When listening to interviews at Star Wars Celebration, and I was there for the announcement of Summer Vacation. So everyone that makes these types of things are amazing, and the love that goes into them are awesome. People were asking, hey, we're gonna get another one? What's gonna happen? And like, it was like, we're pretty good with 3, but we don't know if we're gonna do more, or there's gonna be another kind of short that we might do. Everyone's hoping they do another one. I mean, quite honestly, I want it to. It's just a matter of what stories they want to tell, because the trilogy of Lego stories for the sequels have been absolutely amazing, and would not trade it for the world. But if y'all have seen it, let me know. A couple of people that I talked to actually have never heard of this or seen it. I think because it's mainly marketed as Lego. But please, it is the cutest thing. It's such a great family film. If you want to watch it with the little ones, if you want to watch it with the little ones, and yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. But I hope your holiday was literally amazing. I did actually the Star Wars Lego holiday Lego set that was based off of this movie, and I posted a photo of that on my Twitter, so go check that out. Again, we'll put the Flying Solo official podcast down in the description. And yeah, as I said, guys, I'm really excited for this year. I'm hoping I get to, collab with some amazing people that overall, we get some new great Star Wars stories. Honestly, with the strikes, I don't know how much we're going to get next year, but I know 2025 will, or at the end of 2024, we are going to get a lot of stuff. So thank you all so much for listening. I'm really happy to get this episode out. And happy holidays, happy new year, and I will see you guys in the next one.